Hey YouTube, it's Twan and Guy from Operation Rebirth, and I said I wasn't going to say anything about this issue because for so long Operation Rebirth has been very vocal about the struggle to end homophobia in the black church and confronting ministers for their anti-gay rhetoric and all of that. And I said I would take more time to empower the people who are being victimized by these churches versus attacking the churches or fighting the churches. But this is something that I feel I need to address. I have to address it. Recently, an organization called the Coalition of African American Pastors has started circulating a petition against President Obama and against same-sex marriage, mainly because they just say the Bible says that it's not right and that it is against the traditional family, and that they feel President Obama has turned his back on or has taken the black vote for granted with his quote-unquote stance on gay marriage. Well, first I want to correct something. Number one, President Obama did not say that marriage equality was going to be one of his campaign platforms. He did not say that I'm going to make this law. This is one of my main things that I'm going to be fighting for. President Obama, in that interview, President Obama said, "For me, it is important, and I think that all same-sex couples should have the ability to get married." It was his personal belief, not a campaign platform. So this ignorant and misguided campaign against President Obama is really, really stupid. It really is, and it's a waste of time. First, I would like to ask, who's paying you for this? I mean, we all know that the people NOM have said that this, it's known that they have paid certain black preachers to come out against gay marriage in order to split the vote. When are you going to see that divide and conquer has been the right-wing white movement's main tool, and you are falling for it again? Secondly, what about this does not scream discrimination? I mean, you know firsthand, those of you who are over 50, you know firsthand what it feels like to have someone say you are not equal or you don't deserve the same rights as I do. You know that that's discrimination and it's wrong. Yet you're standing up and fighting for it, and you're using the very same Bible that was used to oppress black people to try to oppress others. And you're doing it in the name of God. So I'm kind of angry about that, because how dare you say you are representing a loving and all-merciful and all-inclusive and all-knowing God with your prejudice? That is absolutely unacceptable, and someone should call you on it. And if any of you want to meet with me, if any of you want to come for me, fine, let's go for it. Let's sit down and let's talk about it, because someone has to say something to you. This has to be opposed by other black people. Okay? Next, I want to say the Bible that you are quoting that says marriage is between one man and one woman, number one, I haven't found it. In fact, Jesus himself never said anything about homosexuality, nor did he say anything about marriage, aside from the one time he rebuked the Pharisees about their positions on divorce. How about that? And when he did so, he started talking about eunuchs. I think that was a dirty read on Jesus's part, calling some of them eunuchs. But that's the only time he even mentioned marriage. And since we're supposed to be, or you are supposed to be Christians, shouldn't you be following the words of Jesus more than the words of Paul, who didn't even know Jesus? I mean, that just kind of, just thought I'd throw that out there. And lastly, I will say, to quote Pastor Moss from Trinity United Church of Christ, Barack Obama was elected to be the President of the United States. And he was sworn in to protect and defend the Constitution. He is not the pastor of the United States. He does not have to use the Bible. In fact, it would be unfair for him to use the Bible as his way or as his roadmap to governing the country, because everybody in the country is not a Christian, and it is only fair that he defend the Constitution, because that's what he's paid to do. So I would like to invite the Coalition of African American Pastors to talk. Let's talk about this. Let's sit down and let's talk about this. Let's reason together and let's really find out what's going on. I'm personally of the belief that you can't persecute what you're not attracted to. So since gay marriage is destroying the black family faster than the violence that is going on in every major city, the black on black crime, the black on black murders that have been going on in black neighborhoods for the last few years all over the country, gay marriage is more important than that. The fact that black people and black families are disproportionately more impoverished than any other race of people in this country, that black males are disproportionately disenfranchised by being convicted felons than any other race of people in this country, gay marriage just supersedes all of that. That basically makes me wonder, who is paying you? You are looking over so many things that are so much more important that we could be standing up and working together to fix than what you think is going on in people's bedrooms. So again, I would like to extend an invitation to a summit, to some type of, not necessarily a conference, but let's just sit down and talk about this and find out what the real issue is, because it can't be Bible, because today's version of marriage is not biblical marriage. We can get into that in another video. In fact, I have another video that talks about that. But marriage today is not biblical marriage. So let's just blow that out of the water. Secondly, you have to you don't have you don't necessarily have to like President Obama, but there has to be something behind this petition and all of this passion. And it's time that we deal with the real issue, not this gay marriage issue, which really should be a non-issue. In fact, I feel like you're being paid, you're being hoodwinked into making this a wedge issue to split the black vote in this election. That's just my personal opinion. And I know I've been rambling, but yeah. Coalition of African American Pastors, let's sit down and talk. I will, wherever we need to go, wherever we need to meet to make this happen, let's make this happen. That's my challenge to you. Peace.